I'm like, I wish I didn't know that about Karen Strassman, but
I
it's
know.
hilarious.
Hmm. Oh yeah, the other day I found out that Sean Schemmel has a fucking Let's Play channel.
Oh no.
I was like, I refuse to even remotely like look
That
at this,
sounds
or else YouTube's gonna be
incredibly
like, "You
cringe.
like this?"
Well, do
But
you
yeah, I'm
remember
sure
how?
it's horrifically cringy.
Do you remember how back in the days when Fighters was new, um, he and Chris Sabat had like matches in Dragon Ball Fighters or whatever, like, and
Yeah,
they even had like a big one that was like streamed and everything, and
yeah,
a bunch
that's
of people
right.
were there. And both times, Chris Sabat just like fucking annihilated the guy, like
Yeah,
because you could tell Chris Sabat like had touched the game at all,
right.
um, and like he just spent the entire time like kind of making quippy excuses as to why he was bad.
Yeah.
So generally, that's probably not the guy I want to watch run a channel.
No. Well, and they're all, I mean, it's just him cashing in on the one thing he's known for. Because it's like, Goku plays whatever. And I'm like, are you legally allowed to do that?
No way, right?
Like, I don't
Well,
think so.
I suppose like people like Joe Zija had like the voice of Cloud plays Fire Emblem or whatever. For
I do think
while.
there's
Yeah.
probably a distinction between saying voice of Claude plays and Claude plays.
Mhm. But I think too that he specifically like didn't voice Claude like throughout the entire thing. Because obviously it was playing
Like-
his voice clips, but
Yeah, I know certain companies definitely have restrictions about like actually like
Mhm.
voicing a performance of the character.
yeah.
Like they own your performance of the character or something. It's very weird.
Yeah.
Like that's why the Sedith guy had to remove his videos of him
Right.
saying silly things in Sedith's voice.
I have something to ask of you. Which were fucking amazing.
Were
But
great. It's too bad.
he would have Joe Zija would have like other Fire Emblem voice actors on the channel, but they would voice each other's characters to like kind of
Oh,
get
that's-
around that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We don't
get
That's
deserve
right.
that
Joe
little
Zija.
loophole.
I don't even think I realized that's what they were doing, but that makes sense.
Mhm. So like he had the guy who plays Sedithon and they played each other. So yeah,
Huh.
he seems like a pretty cool dude.
And now he has like a kickstarted sax quartet Fire Emblem album coming out.
Something like that, where he
Yeah.
plays all 4 parts?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I listened to the one he posted on Instagram and I was genuinely impressed. So
Yeah, it sounded good.
Yeah, he like clearly has training.
yeah.
Like, I think Chris, you sent it to me, maybe. Anyway, I
I
like,
have some
didn't
things.
recognize the first minute of it, but it might just be from early enough in the game that I don't.
Yeah,
Music.
same, and it's been like so long since I played that game through that like I forgot everything
Yeah.
but the battle theme,
Mhm.
which fucking slaps ass.
Yeah, that game has such good music.
I love that tweet from back in the day when it was like brand new, and someone was like, "I want to live inside the synth environment."
Yes.
I failed to join the quest because why would it let me?
I also failed to join the quest.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
I blipped out for a second.
I have never had this problem.
Man, I don't know what it is.
Where have I? I don't know. It must be
Right.
the Indiana Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Inferior.
All right, let's rev up those legs because I'm ready to do some kicking.
Rev up those fryers.
Rev up those my leg.
Oh my god, that was a 7-inning game. The poor Orioles.
I know, and they also they had like a 7-2 lead in the first game and eventually lost to
and
like
they lost
11-10,
11-10. They're
which
so
sucks
bad.
because I hate the Blue Jays.
Oh, they're so bad.
You hate the Blue Jays.
Mostly irrational.
Fair. I mean, is it just a Canada thing?
It's
Mostly
mostly, it's mostly, honestly, and this isn't a joke. It's just because of like hockey and stuff. There are a lot of Canadians on my timeline from time to time, and I like shut the fuck up about the Blue Jays. I don't care.
I'm just happy that the Blue Jays all of a sudden decided that they wanted to play baseball, and now the Yankees are self-destructing and will most likely miss the playoffs.
I'm rooting for the Mariners there, obviously.
The Yankees are self-destructing. I mean, I'm definitely rooting for the Mariners.
Yeah. For obvious reasons, John Boy.
Yeah. Did y'all watch that Atlanta Falcons one? It wasn't as good, and that's all I have to say on it.
I'll watch it at some point. It's popped up on my YouTube dashboard or whatever, but
I've been enjoying it. I think it's just I'm not as invested because it's a sport I'm not as familiar with.
That's probably the bulk of it for me. I was just like, okay, yeah, I get it. They blow
and
games.
I think they're just also generally less interesting than the Mariners.
Agreed.
Because they didn't have someone execute a triple blurb in the outfield.
And that's all I have to say about football. For Tim's sake and for mine.
Yes.
Executes a Pokemon.
Yeah, some motherfucker for the Seattle Mariners was playing Pokemon in the middle of the game.
I love this man.
Like baseball.
He had 3 executes, and everyone was like, bro, why?
Bro, what?
He's like, this is how I make Executor. And they're like, no, you don't need
No,
you,
you could just evolve it.
you just need a stone for that.
But there are 3 of them. Yeah, but look how many eggs there are.
Outfielders are gathered like in one spot looking at his DS. Like, no, you don't. You don't need.
I'm just imagining Ken Griffey Jr. and Jay Buhner playing a Nintendo DS.
Oh, so maybe a Game Boy.
Yeah, it's probably a Game Boy back then.
Color.
Wearing their futures baseball uniforms.
God, it slaps.
Did anyone see fucking Larry Walker wearing a SpongeBob pin to the home?
He was wearing a SpongeBob pin.
Yeah, you did send that to me.
Oh, so good. The jacket he wore the day he found out was like actually displayed in the Hall of Fame.
Did he wear a SpongeBob jacket or something?
Oh, did you not
I'm not
hear
aware.
about that?
I don't even know what this is.
Yeah, no one knows.
Okay. So I guess 2 years ago now, because this is the class of 2020. Larry Walker was like basically not expecting to make it into the Hall of Fame because he had like kind of an outside shot, but he had been getting a lot of
Like grassroots support.
Yeah, he had gotten a lot of support as of late, so it was going to be really close. Like, but he was pretty sure he wasn't going to make it, so he wasn't prepped to get the call, and he got it. And he was wearing a fucking SpongeBob NASCAR shirt for all of his interviews that day.
That's very good.
It was so good. It was one of those like crappy like ones you see at Walmart where it's like he's not an ordinary sponge.
Oh my god! Like maybe his daughter got him that or something.
Yeah,
that's just what Larry Walker wears day to day.
Yeah, he's getting like the call from the president of the Baseball Writers Association, and then he's doing interviews for MLB Network wearing the shirt. And of course, it became a meme instantly, and like Walmart sold out of those shirts instantly.
Oh my god! Yeah.
So, as a nod to that, he wore a SpongeBob pin to the Hall of Fame induction earlier in the week.
Kind of cute.
I love Larry Walker.
Yeah, but let's talk about Derek Jeter.
Hart Mouthkey. But yeah, Derek Jeter's okay. He was there too.
Oh yeah, wasn't this the year he was supposed to get in or whatever?
Yeah,
and
so
he
they pushed
did.
it back because he got voted in last year, but then COVID. So
Yeah.
Oh my
and
god,
then
shut
no
the
one got
fuck
voted
up.
in 2021. So they just had the ceremony this year.
Okay, well, if it was for everyone from 2020, that's fine. I was like, in my heart of hearts, I believed they just made that exception explicitly for Derek Jeter.
Oh no! I mean, they pushed it back so people could actually come in person and spend money because lots of people were going to come for Derek Jeter,
right?
But yeah, it was for everybody in the 2020 Hall of Fame class.
That's better.
Mm-hmm. I just felt bad because it was like Larry Walker, who like some younger people know maybe, but also they mostly know him for the SpongeBob shirt. And then like everyone's heard of Derek Jeter, but then it's just fucking Ted Simmons, the guy who played in the 70s, who got voted in, and everyone's like, yeah, him.
Baseball writers got their guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he deserved to be there. It wasn't the baseball writers, it was the Veterans Committee.
Oh, the even older people who every now and then are just like, but what about my favorite player from back in the day?
Yeah, basically the only reason Harold Baines made the Hall of
Yep.
Fame.
I have to ask, did all the GMs line up to give gifts to Derek Jeter as he was being led into the Hall of Fame?
And they kissed
No.
him tenderly on the lips.
Mhm.
Yes.
But Michael Jordan was there,
Wow.
Congratulations
which
on
is like
the induction.
probably the first time another sports star of his caliber has shown up at that event.
Was he there for someone?
He was there for Derek Jeter.
Huh.
Why?
Because apparently they're buds.
That's the least shocking thing I've ever heard.
I know.
I don't
It's
know.
like,
They,
we're both rich people.
yeah,
Okay.
I mean, but also
Hey,
like
I won't hit it.
one is notorious for being an asshole, and one is notorious for not having a personality.
For eating an asshole.
I don't remember that news story.
I think he was pretty. This was something that went around that like he was well known for liking to get his ass eaten.
What?
Are
I
you
remember
serious?
this.
Cheats?
Are you sure this wasn't like Kanye or something?
Yeah, this sounds like a Kanye controversy.
Kanye
wasn't
would
a
never allow
controversy, it was
someone to
just
eat
like-
his ass.
I don't remember this
He
at
thinks
all.
far too highly of himself.
I mean, I don't remember the name of Kanye's like whatever. When they broke up, she talked about how he likes
No, sorry.
or something.
Serge
Just like
has opinions.
I'm trying to remember like where I definitely remembered reading this somewhere. I think that like it might have been just like a gossip thing where like he was well known for like just going on a lot of dates, so to speak, and when people were talking to, they're like, yeah, like that was something that came up. Anyway,
He
never
immediately
mind.
went to the ass stuff.
No, it was apparently the last thing.
Oh, so it was like, hey, thanks, this date went really well. Would you eat my ass?
Yeah,
I'm Derek Jeter.
Does that man not have like a family and stuff? He's single?
He was married recently,
Huh.
and I
Yeah.
think he and his wife are pregnant. Well, she is.
yeah.
Yeah. Derek
But yeah,
Jeter.
he's famous for being one of the few New York athletes that didn't like wreck everything. But also because of that, everyone thinks he's just like devoid of human emotion.
This is why Jordan is aware, because in 2014, Deadspin was talking about it.
Yeah.
Derek Jeter ass eating gossip we really want to be true.
I should have figured if it was a sports like dumb sports thing, it was Deadspin.
Yeah, that makes sense now.
I also used to read a lot of Deadspin.
Today, a tipster sent us a bit of gossip about Derek Jeter's sex life, blah, 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 and then screenshots of the texts. So I heard a pretty funny story about Derek Jeter last night. So a friend of mine has a good friend that bartends on the Upper East Side at a bar some of the Yankees go to from time to time. Jeter meets the friend, takes her home, bangs her, and she goes to the bathroom to wash up. She gets out. He's on all fours in the bed, and he essentially says, "Eat my asshole, and then you can go." So she does. He gives her the classic gift basket, and his driver takes her home.
Oh, I have heard of the gift basket thing.
I have heard
Yeah.
of the gift basket thing.
Yep.
I don't know why anyone cares or should be following that. But
That's Jeets, baby.
yeah, that's true.
That's cheats, baby.
Eating ass and taking names and making unnecessary defensive plays that are mediocre.
But everyone will say that he's one of the best defensive shortstops ever.
Based on he played in New York.
He was a very good player. He was on some very good teams, and everyone assumes that he was the reason for it.
Yes.
I
Granted,
unironically saw, I'm pretty sure, a New York-based sports writer tweet, "Who would you rather have, Ken Griffey Jr. or Derek Jeter?" It's like, would you want one of the 10 to 15 best players to ever play Major League Baseball, or a guy who was, pretty good?
I mean, yeah.
But he won so many championships, and he's on the Yankees.
Yeah.
Oh
Only
shit!
great players are on the Yankees.
He did play for the Yankees.
Who did?
Derek Jeter.
I couldn't think of like an explicitly really bad baseball player off the top of my head. Shit.
Chris Davis.
There was a shocking amount of silence. What to say?
I should have said Gary Sanchez. That would have been a relevant joke, but no one would have gotten it except Owen.
He's a bad catcher.
He failed to tag a guy who was standing up and like walking 10 feet from home plate.
He's possibly the laziest baseball player I've ever seen.
And that includes pitchers.
And that includes pitchers. But anyway.
First off, I'm looking at Derek Jeter, and apparently he was only 99.75% first ballot. Is there like a reason for that where it's just like...
There's a whole thing where baseball writers refuse to let anyone be 100%.
Okay, good. Because
Except
I figured
for
if there's...
Mariano Rivera.
Yeah.
I figured if there's going to be any player who was 100% Hall of Fame person, it would be Derek Jeter. But
Yeah, literally one person did not vote for him.
and I'm sure that was only because of like their weird like no 100%
Because sports writers are fucking stupid.
Yeah, they universally suck.
They
like-
were the one person who did not reveal that they were like their name, of course.
Literally, what? I mean, can't you just tell by exclusion?
Yeah.
Well, because not everybody, like a lot of writers will submit their ballots anonymously.
Oh, okay.
So
Also, I just need to say it. That whole stupid thing where like everyone gave him a gift for like his last year.
Yes.
Fills me with like visceral disgust.
It's pretty bad.
yeah,
I think you have mentioned this.
I have. All right. Like I'm not like a hardcore like sports person. Like you guys know this, where like I'm pretty casual at things. Like, but just like to give your opponent that is just it just fills me with like I would not do that if I was the GM. I'd be like, nope, he's not getting anything from me.
but then you'd probably get fined by the commissioner of baseball for not giving Derek Jeter a birthday present.
Hey,
I would pay that fine and be proud of it.
Jordan, I just got a question for you. When Jeets came by, did you not eat his ass?
This is a no ass eating zone.
No, sure. I understand that you're a good manager. I respect the team. I respect the culture. But like, he asked you to eat his ass.
Listen,
Not eating his ass. I'll eat anyone else's ass as long as they're not my opponent.
Would you eat mine?
everywhere
Jeter
Jeets is
likes to
gone,
eat ass.
everywhere Jeets has gone this year, the manager has eaten his ass on the pitcher's mouth.
Yeah, the ceremony. Jeets comes out, throws the first pitch, and then assumes the position.
Gets his ass eaten immediately.
He gapes right open, and that's when he eat his ass.
Look, you know me. I'm an honest man. I have no problem with ass eating. I'll eat your ass right now, but I refuse to eat Derek Jeter's ass. As long as he is a Yankee, I'm not eating that ass.
I mean, he technically isn't anymore.
Sure, the moment he retires, sure, I'll do it, but
I'll jump
not while
on
he's
that
still
right
my
away.
opponent.
Man, that Indiana Wi-Fi is really struggling, isn't it?
Yeah,
I keep seeing you guys blip in and out.
there we go. I don't know what it is. Just I have had no other issues. That is the only issue. It hasn't even like lagged.
I mean, you've had issues with Derek Jeter and ass play.
Yeah, not doing it. He's my opponent, and I refuse to participate in this. Jam. That's the word.
The pitcher eats out his ass in the bullpen. The
catcher
the coach
eats out his ass when he's up the plate.
yeah. I can give the scenario now.
Just imagining this happening on live TV.
Reaches every individual base. Now. Oh, this is baseball. This is class.
That's why
We
that's why he wants to hit the cycle every time, because that way he guarantees he'll get to every base.
We just ask for no flash photography, folks.
Yeah. It disturbs
mind
the
if you-
players when they're licking his asshole.
He doesn't mind if you watch. Just Just don't.
Flash photography.
You can take pictures, just nothing, no flashes.
Oh my god. Well, Chris, I hope you're able to post.
We're back from commercial break, and
We're watching animal porn.
No.
I picture a player like gets up to leave, and then Jeter's like, "No, Daddy likes a clean plate. Get back there."
I like to think of myself as a man of faith, and Derek Jeter is
Currently
on home plate getting his ass beat.
Folks. I don't know if I'm ever going to eat Derek Jeter's asshole again.
And that'll make it a 4-0 ball game.
Nick Castellanos would absolutely hit a home run during this ceremony.
Oh man!
The more pretentious the event, the more likely he's going to hit a home run.
Oh,
What are we fighting?
I don't even remember. A great Rocky.
All right.
Oh my god.
Anyway, yeah.
Oh. Jordan, I'm so happy you brought that up because I was completely unaware of that.
I'm glad I got win somewhere.
Like, it absolutely makes sense that it's a Deadspin article.
Yeah.
But
What an amazing thing to know while not knowing much about baseball.
I know.
I don't know much about baseball, but I know one thing.
And it's Derek Jeter eats ass.
And it's strange that is probably one of the things about him that sticks with me.
I mean, it is for me now.
It's kind of the background of everything I hear about him. It's just like, huh, there's a lot of
The
rumors
ass
of
guy?
I love that there is a person in this world, i.e. Jordan Jenkins, that the only thing he knows about Derek Jeter is that he played for the Yankees and then he eats ass.
No, he gets his ass eaten. Let's be
No,
very
he gets
clear.
his ass eaten, yeah.
Oh, we've come full circle on eating ass, and
Yeah, we really have. That's how we opened.
Yeah. Whew,
What are you guys doing over there?
my face hurts.
From eating ass?
You know it. I'd called Derek Jeter up while we were hanging out.
Derek's in
That's why
Columbus.
it's muted and deafened. It definitely wasn't just because my dogs were barking really loud.
Oh,
Ed, you looking at something.
Yeah, it was Derek. I'm here.
oh,
Is that Derek?
I don't.
he's sultry in the glow.
Yeah.
Does it still count as post-coital?
I mean, he just got done fucking the Marlins, so he's probably in the mood for something else.
You know who got done fucking the White Sox? Craig Kimbrell for the 10,000th time.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that guy so much, and I am so mad that trade ever happened, and I always was.
What is the context for this?
Oh my god,
White
he's
Sox
having the
lost,
best
Jordan.
season a reliever has ever had. He plays for the Cubs. Oh my god, and then the White Sox traded for him, and surprise, surprise, he sucks again.
It's the White Sox curse.
Also, it's the fucking stupid ass Birdman curse. Fucking, that guy's an idiot. And he was horrible last season. He wasn't worth giving up Nick Madrigal.
No, he was.
It's strange that like the White Sox make so many bad trades when like considering how good they are.
Well, they've also
Like-
made a couple incredible trades, is the
Incredible
thing.
Trade. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, for a guy who, like,
Eloy
3 years
Jimenez
later
will
was
never-
struggling to be, like, a relief pitcher, they got one of the best young pitchers in the game and Eloy Jimenez.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know that. I definitely have heard of Eloy Jimenez as being great.
And he beats the crap out of the Cubs every time they
So
play.
good. He fucking
so
hates them.
Were they the team that traded him?
Yep.
Yeah.
Does he actually hate them?
I mean,
What
he
was this?
plays really, really well. He has, like...
Yeah. He's got an insane numbers against the Cubs.
In
specifically.
like 9 games, he has 8 home runs, and his batting average is like 400 or something like that.
Yeah. He has pretty nuts stats. I was gonna say, I was keeping Ella up to date on your Nuzlocke adventure, Tim.
Oh,
when you
yeah.
post. Mhm.
Yeah, I
So-
really didn't. I didn't fully grasp how long I was going to end up with those. With
Yeah.
the in-depth recap. I spent a lot of time on that today. Much.
Yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
you're nuzlocking?
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I just finished a Nuzlocke run today.
All right.
First ever one I've done.
Yeah, very impressed.
It went okay. I mean, and it's also in one of the easier games to do it in. But I
Yes.
don't think I'd want to do it in one of the difficult games.
Where they just
Yeah,
give you
it seems
several
like-
legendaries.
Yeah.
I specifically did not end up using any of.
Yeah.
I could have.
And you would
No,
be
I think
like
that was a
within.
good,
I mean, Griffin did.
yeah.
I know. I was thinking of using at least Latias, but
Yeah.
then just team comp wise, I'm like, you know what? I think the guys that I got are fine.
Yeah, I also noticed when you like got to that section of the game, it's just like, well, this route just happened because I had a Mega Latias,
yeah, just wiped out everything.
and then there was a conspicuous lack of Mega Latias from there out.
Yeah.
Especially from poor defenseless Brendan, who,
And then got
with my Mind Power Dragon legendary.
blew apart his brain. That Tim, I don't know if it was just like the part of his like animation cycle, but when you posted of him having to fight or you having to fight him after you beat the Elite Four, it's just like he's got the
God.
biggest shit-eating grin on his face.
No. I'm like, I swear to God. Which it's in line with how X and Y ended with you fighting the tall man.
Yeah,
The tall man.
The tall man.
It's been 3,000 years.
Mhm.
Fla baby.
The tall man from Phantasm? Phantasm.
Fla baby.
Oh, not that tall man. He's scary. Slender man.
Why does that sound familiar?
The tall man is a famous like horror villain.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's just a very tall man in a suit that like shows up at the foot of your bed.
That's very similar. Yeah, that's very similar to a lot of horror images.
Mm.
They have been the first.
That's so scary.
Capitalism is the biggest horror of them all.
Oh.
Okay, 90% of horror movies.
I know. The real enemy or the real horror is man.
Turns out it's man. It's one of the best like one-line jokes in Futurama.
Yeah, I have ridden the great moonworm.
I'm going to check if Haley is among the conscious still.
Oh. Almost said something uncomfortable for everyone, and I'm glad I didn't.
Cool.
I'm also glad you didn't.
Yeah,
also
we're moving on.
Moving on up.
It was so nice the past week. It was like upper 60s the whole time, and now all of a sudden it's like, guess what, bitch? It's 85 degrees every day again.
Yeah.
That is not like what it's like in Indy.
Ugh.
No. Ohio's been pretty temperate this week.
Yeah.
But apparently it's supposed to get hot tomorrow, says Ella.
Mm.
So not looking forward to that.
Hey Siri. Oops. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. What will the weather be like tomorrow?
Expect partly cloudy skies tomorrow. The high will be 90 degrees.
Oh, no thank you.
Yeah. September.
Yep.
I don't accept temperatures above 72 degrees in September.
Yeah, as soon as there's football being played, I'm like, it needs to be cool. It needs to be cold.
It doesn't need to be cold. It just needs to be like
Right.
temperate.
Cooler.
I don't mind it being like t-shirt weather in September, but it needs to be weather where like I have to think about whether or not I want to throw on a light jacket.
Right.
Oh, it's gonna be like it's not gonna get to 60 until I'm like 30 minutes after I leave. Do I? No, just top it out.
It's supposed to be 90 tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So between 90 and indie too.
It's been like high 70s minimum. Pretty
Yeah.
much. Like we had like one day that was like below like 70 in the last like 6 years. It feels like.
6 years. I'm good for one more hunt.
I
Yeah, me
was
too.
thinking about the same.
Okay.
All right.
So we've basically cleared out most of the available ones on my high rank.
Did you talk to this large man behind you?
Oh yeah, I need to talk to the large man. An urgent quest awaits me. The Gyarados.
Oh
Totally.
yeah.
Oh, this thing sucks.
So how about we
Let's
don't do that?
I mean, you have to do it eventually. I don't mind getting it done now.
I agree.
No,
Let's get this garbage out of the way.
All right, then the chat has spoken.
It's just I fought exactly one in this game so far, and it was when I did my urgent.
Oh, okay.
It's just a bad
Very
fight.
annoying. Very insulting.
This is bullshit.
Very insulting.
I use that line all the time, and no one
Yeah.
will ever understand except you three.
Yeah, I love that video so much. And yeah, I like him a lot. His face is like morphed horribly.
Yeah, Chris, you're lucky to have only fought one of these because when you do the random hunt thing a lot,
People
want
put
to
up
do
their
the-
urgents.
Yeah, people really
No,
want
it's annoying.
I am attempting to join. We'll see.
Yeah, I also troll.
Oh no, I've apparently hunted 3 and captured 2.
Okay.
But I think, except for like Apex stuff. And
Well, when I fail to join this quest, I'll check how many I've done.
Yeah.
Successfully failed. All right.
Task failed successfully.
I have hunted 2. So I've done this fight twice. 2 times.
Large monsters. Gyarados. I have hunted 15 and captured 7,
Yeah, I've hunted 2, captured 2.
which really largely isn't that much,
No, I mean,
considering how much
Yeah.
I've. Attempt number 2. Success.
You have it. You didn't want a couple snacks? Couple bites? Couple bites?
Hear the slapping of bellies.
Yeah, it's the copious dog booty slaps. Sergio's just staring. It's like, what is happening? Oh, okay, cool. We're good.
He loves it.
What? Mute. There's too much butt slapping going on.
He loves it.
that's what all the announcers said after Jeets got done.
He loves it.
Just move it
I'm gonna have
along.
to mute my microphone.
Oh yeah, yes.
no, don't kill the weird hippo things.
They're called Slagtoths, thank you.
Yeah, they're hippo dinosaurs.
With big jowls.
They do have big jowls.
No. Well, now we need to kill this thing.
I mean, this thing just sucks a lot.
Those poor hippos.
All World's fault.
Mhm.
Oh, was this monster introduced in World?
Yep.
Yeah.
No
And it
idea
was
why it's in this game.
It was, I would say, quite literally everyone's least favorite.
Lunastra.
Good. And then they're like, "Hey, let's put this in this new game."
Lunastra, everyone
Everyone
hated it in a different way.
That's true. Everyone's just like, this thing is fucked up hard and annoying. This one, everyone's just like, this thing sucks.
This thing is boring, stupid, and its fight is annoying.
You
You're
have to fight
boring.
it, like,
You're
in that
stupid.
mud
Give
pit.
me $500.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was worse in World somehow, but it's still pretty bad. And it just stays under the mud. Now.
Okay.
Really hard to hit, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Also, it's a Piscean wyvern, which is like the worst fucking body type.
Oh, okay.
But I would still prefer Plesioth over this.
Yeah. Like, because like every single one of them has like the exact same attacks. It's just they have never
Yeah.
thought of anything interesting for the Pisceans.
It's like roll around, shoulder check.
Roll around. Like, at least Plesioth mixes it up with a laser.
Yeah.
Is that the
This is
sound
very
of riding
Yes.
Arthur.
Gung, ga, dung, ga, dung, ga, ga, da, da, dung.
Hey, my large monsters list got updated.
God. I was hoping that it would get updated, frankly.
Also, Tim, I need to figure out how I can, like, because I have to run an update on my
Stop
3DS.
knocking him up the slope! He's gone so far!
The
Like
mud.
6 hits.
I mean, yeah, just leaving him open to get hit more, at least.
No, I keep missing hits because he keeps getting knocked out of my way.
Oh, because he's at an angle.
Well, yeah, so like I'll try to hit him in the head, and then his head gets knocked like 5 feet back, and it's just like no.
Did you knock him out yet?
I don't. He might have been knocked out there.
I couldn't really tell.
I think so. I'm not sure.
Might have, because I landed 2 pretty big hits on him there, and it didn't knock him out. What were you saying on? Something about...
Oh, yeah, I got to run an update on my 3DS so it can, like, do online stuff so we can trade secret bases.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I actually... there's quite a few features I was... And that is definitely one of them. So
I'm absolutely stunned that I pulled out my 3DS friend code in 2021.
Well, see, you wouldn't have had to if it was the same 3DS I used in college.
Right. I understand why.
Are you guys like Pokemoning together or something?
Yeah. Into it right now.
Yeah.
Not the new stuff, of course.
Tim, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Have you aged out of being a child on your Nintendo account yet?
I mean, certainly not. If it's the same, because I was literally 3 years old when I noticed that.
Okay, so you're probably about 9 now?
No, probably about 6 now, I would say.
You knew about this in college.
That's probably true.
Now
I think it was like, I couldn't friend request no longer because I was a baby. And babies can't.
Babies can't have friends.
friend
Everyone knows
request.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a science.
Babies don't play Nintendo 3DS.
Babies aren't allowed to know about like anything tertiary to the existence of the social internet.
Wow, his head just like swung into my entire attack. Good.
Also, Tim, do you get Sableye? Is that how you call it? Sableye in Alpha Sapphire?
Yeah. Did you get
Okay.
it yet? I know
I
where
got
it
it too. I'm just pissed because I can't catch it.
is. Yeah.
Because I totally forgot about that. Because you must have the one I used so much in my. You either traded it to me or I was able to catch it in Emerald.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think Emerald might have had both of them in it.
Yeah, now that I think about it.
Emerald also had a Mareep in Safari Zone, and I'm
Yeah.
that this one doesn't.
But hey, you got Game Boy Color.
I was like literally trying to do a Saving Private Mareep until I realized that Mareep was
What game are you playing?
Pokemon Alpha Sapphire.
Alpha Sapphire.
Hmm. Just a very well done remake. as
Yeah,
far
I
as,
like it like 100% more than I enjoyed it when I was like sophomore year of college.
Mhm.
And there are plenty of reasons for that.
It just came at like peak Pokemon burnout senior year.
Absolutely. No, it came
Yeah.
sophomore.
What?
Yeah, that was. Yeah, no, that was earlier. That was when I was still buying Pokemon games.
That came out before Sun and Moon?
Yes.
Yeah. It came
What?
out in 2014, Chris. Wait, you don't? Yeah, it's Gen 6. You know that.
Yeah,
right?
it's a Gen 6.
I,
Because that was the last one before Sun and Moon, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, I guess
Yeah.
it is Gen 6.
It
Jesus
was.
Christ. Okay, well
Yeah.
then, yeah, why would I stop playing Pokemon X and Y for that then?
For what?
Why would I?
Oh, yeah.
we had
right.
so, we had so much invested in X and Y.
Yeah.
It did, and I mean, I feel like I overlooked all the good things that Alpha and Omega did for both Gen 3 and Gen 6. Like, had a ton of cool new megas in it. Like, revamped like the whole everything about Gen 3 to be really fun and cool, and
Yeah.
art style's still really good.
And it kept a lot of the old features from the original game.
It's like Soul Silver and Heart Gold were like a perfect combination of Gen 4 and Gen. It's like a perfect combination of Gen
Mhm.
3.
It made me feel really old when you talk to somebody in the Pokemon Center and they're like, man, I remember someone said that the Pokemon Centers used to have a second floor. And I was like, oh, don't do that. Where you could link cable trade and battle with your friends.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of just being able to do that literally anywhere.
I know, which is like obviously way more convenient and much better. But
I mean, Bluetooth was only invented in like '95, so wireless internet wasn't really a thing.
95?
I think it's something like the '90s.
Really?
Pretty sure.
yeah, I mean, they didn't implement that into
Well,
games.
I
until
mean, yeah,
forever,
obviously
really.
it is not the same thing or whatever.
That was a
And-
hot thing in phones in like the mid 2000s.
Mhm.
Someone's on that, Roggy.
Hit me.
Hit me.
It me, the guy who always screams when it is not. Oh well, never mind.
Yeah,
Be
no,
upset.
I got. Yep, I got a lot of it today, so I can't. I'm not allowed to do any complaining.
Did you
about
get a lot of
for-
it? Like that's the only time I noticed you being on something. Honestly.
I was on the Girotodas like 2 minutes before that, and then
Oh, that was you on that again. See, I
yeah,
just.
and I was the one who regained the Teostra in our first fight. So I'm very satisfied with the amount of writing I got to do today.
Ago.
Yep.
There
So
was a
I'm not. I don't get to do any complaining about that for a while.
I literally don't remember there being a Rajang. Was it before I showed up?
No, you're
It,
there.
it happened like in the middle of the fight ish. It got fucking lasered in a very satisfying way.
Yeah.
I love that riding the Rajang is just like laser, dodge, laser, dodge, laser, dodge.
Yeah. Riding John was fun. It's a very engaging monster.
You're an engaging monster.
Don't know how I feel about that one.
Good. Yeah.
What?
Go on.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
Alrighty then.
and boom goes the dynamite.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are we done?
I mean, I think we're done hunting.
All right.
I'm done for that.
Yep.
I guess before we go, I have mentioned something I've been doing. I have always been thought about getting into Gundam. I think I've mentioned this. And I went ahead and watched a couple episodes from the original series.
The original
yeah.
Gundam.
Wow.
Yeah. I just like if I'm gonna start, I only watch a couple. It's just like this is an old thing. It's kind of rough. Do I want to like commit to it? And like I'm not sure. But One thing that like I need to talk about in that show is how the giant robots are somehow used as like reconnaissance and like sneaky scout things. Because like in the first episode, like the Earth government is like docked to one of their like still loyal like space like colonies, and the like the bad guys go to like scout it with giant robots.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Yeah.
And
It's just
so
like
these
in Space Dandy.
so there are these like 50-foot like robots that somehow sneak onto the colony and then are just standing in like what could generously be called a very light forest, and just like are watching like a major military installation, and no one is just like, huh, there's some giant enemy robots here.
Also, we don't have any scanners for giant robots.
Yeah,
Right.
and like they get onto this like in fairness, a civilian like space colony by like essentially clicking a button and opening the giant space doors.
I love when space doors get opened.
And it's just like a cargo entrance for the colony that is apparently just unguarded.
Ah.
I'm like-
alright.
There's nothing wrong with this. It's fine. I'm not like upset about it, but it's also something like Gundam does that a lot, because I also know that like one of the most famous shows is all about how like a team of like a mobile suit team has to like sneak behind enemy lines to take out the enemy like home base, and like these are 50-foot robots. How are they sneaking?
Which
Yeah,
one
is that MSO 83?
The 8th MS team.
That's what it is. 8th MS team.
Yeah, I think that one's pretty beloved because it's like exceptionally well animated, I think.
Yeah.
I also think it's like takes very seriously like the gritty like military sci-fi,
Mm-hmm.
where like the show can get really goofy sometimes, but sometimes it does remind you that it is fundamentally anti-war.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway, so that's really the only thing I had to talk about. It was it's just like again, these people were like, these were not like human beings. These were 50-foot tall robots that were somehow like within like half a mile of, again, a very important military installation holding like the Earth's like only defense against the giant robots, and they were able to just stand behind like a tree that was not covering the whole thing, and no one was just like, huh, maybe we should do something about this.
It's a very good tree.
Everyone's T-Rex vision.
Yeah, it was.
So I've got Moon Knight. Jordan's got Gundam. Anyone else have any 40 to 50-year-old projects they're working their way through?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to commit to that first series, but I've enjoyed the first couple episodes well enough. It is.
Yeah.
It is very much like a 70s anime. The animation it's not bad, but it's just being like rough. Where, like, man, there's just been a lot of very crude. There's been a lot of work done. And I don't think that show was like a particularly like it was like, I don't think it was expected to be a big hit. Like, I don't think it had like a lot of money poured into it or anything.
Yeah.
Well, it was one of those like extremely long running type
Yeah. Which
shows
is
back in the 70s, which like they had no money for that or talent really back then.
Mhm. So
Yeah.
I'm sure the animation quality suffers horrendously from that.
Yeah, it definitely gets pretty rough at times, but
Mm.
I'm also sure that every like big Gundam fan who has ever lived would tell you to watch the original show first.
Yeah, they're the original JoJo fans. You can't skip anything. You have to start from the beginning.
that's actually not what I've been finding necessarily.
Oh,
In
really?
my very cursory research on how to get into Gundam, a lot of them are like, you can watch the original series, but it's like it's showing its age, and you can definitely start with something else if you want.
Oh, okay, cool.
The general like recommendation is like, if you're going to like get into like the Universal Century or whatever, like that timeline, then you probably should just start at the beginning, because you're going to be missing a lot of important context if you just skip to like Zeta Gundam. But
And that is like probably 60 or 70% of the shows.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
like
think I'll take place in the UCE.
yeah, but like there's a bunch of other ones, and then it's like if you want to just watch another show, you can probably just start from the beginning of that timeline.
Mm.
Well, that's why I think that's why I watched Gundam Unicorn, because I saw a lot of people like, yeah, this, and I was like, yeah, this was good. I don't think I'm gonna like watch any other Gundam, but it's good.
Yeah.
And
I
like,
watched the first episode of that. I need to finish that eventually.
I just like the giant robots, so I decided to get into the giant robot show. Check it out.
Now,
yeah.
Monster Hunter, when are they going to add the weapon that's a giant robot?
Yeah,
That you-
that's definitely next.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to say.
Burning
I'm
finger.
surprised that hasn't been like a Gundam armor.
Like a tie-in.
Yeah, like that feels like something they would do.
It does.
It does.
Yeah, that would be pretty fun.
I'd make it.
Especially since there's like Ushio Totoro armors and there wasn't there a Hunter x Hunter one? Or was that a mod?
I can't
And there
remember.
was like a case closed one.
There's definitely a case closed one. I'll tell you that much.
You just look like Conan.
No, unfortunately.
You look like the villain or whatever it's called, the criminal.
Which is just you look like a silhouette shadow man.
Oh.
Have you? Oh, and do you remember in Haruhi? I know I've already talked about this. But Owen was not there. Do you remember in Haruhi, the episodes that they spend on the island and it's like a murder?
Yeah, like the murder mystery one.
Yeah, like the murder mystery on the island one.
Mm-hmm. You cut out, so I didn't hear. So I apologize if I pulled a Dennis Carlos.
You're good. You're good. Do you remember at the end how, like, right before they leave, like, Tion just sees like a weird shadow man, and it like isn't really brought up again.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's like, oh, what was that? Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, never talk about it again.
I think that was a case closed reference because I guess the criminal in case closed, like I think
It's
as
just
it's visualized in his mind or something.
Oh, okay.
Criminal case closed. Images. Well, yeah, that's yeah.
Oh, whoops.
Did you look at it?
Well, I googled it, and oh, I see. Okay.
It's just a shadowy person.
Yeah. It looks like how they do it in Danganronpa too, where it's like the person who committed
Yeah.
the murder always
yeah.
looks like that until they like show who it actually is.
Interesting. That must have started there. Okay. Anyway.
Did you know Danganronpa invented the concept of crime?
Wow. That's
It
too
also
bad.
invented the concept of really long-winded and awful dialogue.
Fucking get their ass.